Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this magnificent Monday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life's good. Did you have a great weekend? Mine was awesome. I've already been out on the bike today. As soon as I get this up, I'm going back out. It's beautiful. The sun is out. Life's good. Double C's and your health. Ow! The world is my oyster. The world will be your oyster too. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Tone, power, range, and endurance. Getting right back to Jerry's basics. This is what he preached all the time. Tone, power, range, and endurance. And he did, you know what? Let me honk a little bit and then we'll get right to it. All right? Anyway, I have played a little bit, so let's see what we got. Little helmet here from my bike ride. But anyway, after 2 hours of playing, double C's are enormous. Taking liberties with characteristic studies, I do that now. I strongly suggest you fool around with that too. I treat them almost like cadenzas. You can interpret them any way you want, and I find it enjoyable. All right? Anyway, with that said, Jerry's edict: tone, power, range, and endurance. And I'll tell you what, you're going to laugh. Jerry and I are not high note teachers. Oh yeah, okay, Ralph. Every single video you start off with double C's. And guys, it all begins with tone. If the tone is not right, what have you got? Absolutely nothing. Most of these guys out here can all play double C's, but what do they sound like? You stick 99% of these guys that think they have double C's. You put them between Lynn Nicholson, Stan Mark, and Nick Drozdoff. Okay, you won't hear one note these guys play. They have no tone. They have no power. Now, tone and power are very, very closely related, and I'll get to power tomorrow. Okay? Now, with that said, tone is very, very subjective. Very subjective. You know, what I think is a great tone may not be what you want. You think Miles Davis may be the ultimate in tone. Give me Herseth and Mel Broyles any day. Okay? So it is very subjective. But the basis is, the function is, the absolute basic tenets of the trumpet is a very, very centered, brilliant tone. You take a kid who's never played before to honk his first notes on the trumpet. Usually they're very, very bright, they're loud, okay? That's the nature of the tone. And I really and truly feel that many, many, many of these orchestral guys, classical guys, get so far away on the dark spreads tone. They're getting so far away, they are literally skewering the natural sound of the trumpet. I really and truly believe that. Now, if that's what you want, fine. I don't know why so many of the guys just don't be done with it and play bassoon. But again, that's my taste. Now, when the reason that tone is so important, and Jerry and I both stress that, number one, if you don't get the tone right, we don't let you play note 2 if the tone isn't right on note 1. That's just a fact. Now, the reason... Sweets, I'm in the middle of something. Got to call you back.
Okay, love you.
5 minutes. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
My daughter. Anyway, where were we? Yes, tone. Guys, and if you are getting too spread, too big a Bach mouthpiece, too big a throat, too much of a dark spread trumpet, you are losing the core of being a trumpet player. I really and truly believe that. And that is why I believe so many orchestral players can't do the whole gamut of trumpet playing, because they are altering the true trumpet sound. Now, my initial trumpet sound that was in my ear for the longest time, when I started getting serious, it was Doc Severinsen. My father knew when I was getting serious. He got me a couple of Doc Severinsen albums for Christmas, and I wore those suckers out. And I had my Doc Severinsen Gets in Eterna silver plated, man. I was king fish, man. I was king fish. And I just listened to those records incessantly. And when he came out, I don't know if you remember what record it is. And I talked about this before. I did a video on it, where he started with the Promenade to Pictures at an Exhibition, which you know is my favorite. Granted, it was all reverbed and everything, but I knew that a great trumpet sound is good for any musical situation. Now, one of the things that so many of the classical guys do not like about the jazz guys is the strain in the tone. I don't believe it's the center and the brilliance. I really don't think that's it. How could they have a problem with center and brilliance and still like Herseth or Mel or Kymar? He's another one of my guys. Okay? Now, if you play like Horst Fischer, for another one of my guys, with no tension at all, guys, yeah, it's a little bright. But if he had to play in the New York Philharmonic his regular gig on Monday and play with the New York Philharmonic on Tuesday, he'd tone it down a little bit. And he would, again, alter the timbre with his tone, and he'd be fine. And play in any orchestra with a B-flat trumpet and that mouthpiece, the whole 9 yards. He'd be great. Harry James, same thing. Maynard, strained a little too much. See what I'm saying? Now, what I'm after is this. Herseth. Did I get it? Who knows? Mel, not necessarily in any order. Horst Fischer and Miroslav Kymar. Those are my guys. Now, there's other ones. There's other great ones, but geez, it's for me. Now, they don't have to be that for you. If you like Clifford Brown instead of Herseth, be my guest. That's not the point. But the tone, centered, pure, brilliant, has to be there if you want tone, power, range, and endurance. If you want that, you have to start with the tone, and that is what Jerry and I has done for the longest time, and I do today. It all begins with the tone. It's as simple as that. Centered, pure, no strain. The world is yours, Chico, and everything in it. All right? Give me your comments on what you think is the definitive tone. It doesn't have to be what I think. Trust me. It's a subjective thing. Centered, pure, and brilliant. For my taste, gotta be there. All right? Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.